Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido. Today I'll be teaching you how to crochet this gorgeous blouse. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're going to need to make it. If you are not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel. Then you'll find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. This blouse is a size large, almost extra large. It's a little bit big in the back of the mannequin. I pin it. If you want to make this a small or a medium, I recommend to do all the motif the size of the one of the sleeve, the smaller ones. To make this blouse, these are the materials that I'm going to use. They are the loosened thread, washable wool, blur line, 25% nylon, 75% washable wool, fine 2, 100 grams, 357 meters. This one is Mardi Gras. This one is Bonfire at Night. And I'm going to use wool like Simile Lane, fine 1, 100 grams, 620 meters. And black, and this one is 85% acrylic, 25% nylon. The crochet hook is a 3.5 millimeter. You're going to need tapestry needle and scissors. In the first video, I show you how to do this beautiful circle flower motif. If you don't see in that video, I'm going to leave the link. You see an eye, you click on the eye, and it will bring you to the tutorial. Or at the end of this video, I leave the link as well. Now we're going to work with the black to put them together. And this is smaller one for the sleeve. So when you have you form motifs like this, I'm not going to work with black, but I'm going to explain really well what to do. You're going to do chain a space, and you're going to create an empty space that you're going to do a flower. Well, that flower I'm going to explain with white what you're going to do. That way you guys can see really well. And there will be a flower like this. Let me show you. I already have here. You see this flower that you create in between, that will be explained with white. The rest is just chain a space with the black. It's very easy to do. And I have all this extra here of this big one because I did 31 because I don't know how many I'm going to use for the blouse for the length. So I have this one that I'm going to make a shawl in my next tutorial. I still need to do a few more of these. I already did a full motif like this, and look how gorgeous that look with the black. And it's very easy because there are a chain space in between, and it's too round, so it's very easy. So no complication. What you do is you start with a single crochet, chain 8, single crochet, chain 8, single crochet, and you do the first round, and then you slip stitch to the second, to the half of the first one here, and then single crochet, chain 8, and you do 2 rounds and do a full motif like this. Now the other one, and the second round, we're going to start attaching to the first one. So it's very easy to do because it's just chain a space. If you done this part in here, you know how to do chains. So I'm going to start with this one, move these ones out of the way, that way they are not. That one there. And I'm going to start with this little bit of leftover that I have from before of the black, that way I use the full ball after I finish with this, I use this. So we're going to start with a slip knot. To create a loop. You're going to go in any of these chain 7 space, you're going to pass that loop, and you're going to chain 1, and in the same space you're going to do a single crochet. Now you're going to chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You go to the next chain 7 space, and you're going to do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and go to the next space, a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, a single crochet. And like that, you're going to continue working this first round all the way until the end. You see, even with black, you still can see what I'm doing. You're going to finish here, and then I will meet you here to finish this first round and start the second one. I'm working in the last one, and you're going to chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8, and you're going to go to the single crochet. You're going to do slip stitch, and you finish your first round. Now you're going to do a slip stitch and that chain space in here to get until the center. So you're going to do inside each chain space a slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to do a single crochet. Now we're going to start the second round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You go to the space, and you're going to do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Go to the next space, a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, single crochet. And like that, you're going to continue all the way around, and you're going to finish. You're going to chain 8 and finish with a slip stitch inside that single crochet. Chain 1, cut the yarn, lose the tail, and you will end up with the fall motif like this one. You have to do a fall one like this. And then in the next one, when you start working in the second round, you're going to attach this one to the first one. That's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to attach these two together, and we're going to do that in 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. I done 4 here. I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. You can do it on any of the spaces that you like, except then the first one, because you have to start. But you can do it like this, any way you like. But I like this. They seem to be more to the side. So now we're gonna do the attachment of the two. So you're gonna do 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't gonna do single crochet this time. You're gonna pass your hook through this one, and you're gonna pass the loop up, and then from the top you're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if you like, you can do a single crochet, but then you'll end up with an extra stitch. So you're gonna come here and you're gonna do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go to the next one. You see, you pass through the loop. You bring from the bottom up, and you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the next space and do your single crochet, and you're done 2 like this. We have 2 more to go. One, 2, 3, and 4. You see, you lose that loop a little bit. You go to the next one. You see, you pass the hook from the top to the bottom. Grab that loop, bring it up, and chain 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the space, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the next one, bring it up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you come here and do your single crochet, and then you attach two of them together. Now you'll continue working all the way around, and you're going to finish here at the beginning with a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, and lose the tail. I really recommend for you to lose the tail each time you finish. That way at the end you don't have all the ends to lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and single crochet. Now you're going to continue with a chain a space and single crochet all the way around, and you're ready when you finish this one to attach the next one. Already finished these two. I lost the tails and everything. They're ready to go. Now I'm gonna work on the next one, and what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna close the circumference first, and then I work my way up or down, depend which way I want to go. But first I like to close the circumference, that way I know how many I'm gonna need to work my piece. So the next one, I'm gonna come here. I'm ready to go with this one, and then you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you're gonna work in number 7. And you count 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the 4s that we're gonna work, and then you'll have 6 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it has to be done that way. So I'm gonna start with 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a number 7. Passing my hook from the top to the bottom. I'm going to bring that loop up and chain for 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you see, you're ready to go now to do exactly the same as you did with the other two. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the next space under here, from the bottom up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet, and like that you're going to continue attaching the next two spaces, and then you're going to finish this one, cut the yarn, lose the tail, and work on the next one. So start to look like this. But you have to do this with even number. You don't gonna have a number, otherwise it don't gonna work, because you have to have the same amount in the front and in the back. So I'm gonna continue working with these two, and I'll continue working with the rest, and then I will show you how you're gonna close the circumference at the end. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and again you see you pass your hook through the next loop, and then you bring this one up. 1, 2, 3, and 4, single crochet. I have one more to do, and then I will finish this one, and I continue with the rest. I have 5 of these done. I have one more to do. I wish they were a little bit smaller to do 8, but let's see what I can do with 6. My concern is the top of the blouse. I wanted to do 8, but well, I have to do what I have to do. So I have here in the second round 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 4 of these done, and then now I'm gonna work in this one. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number 7 I'm gonna work is this one here. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I'm gonna pass it through that loop. I finished with those 4. Now we're gonna work 6 space of chain 8, and then we'll work with this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet. I have 1. So when I have 6 of these, I will meet you here. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna work in 7. That's 1, 2, 3, and a chain of 4. You're gonna come to this one. Make sure that you close the circumference right, that you don't have it twisted. You're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on number 7, you're gonna pass your hook and pull the loop, and then you're gonna close the 4. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna close these 4 loops, and then you're gonna finish here the rest of your stitches. Finish with the slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, and well, don't cut the yarn. Try this circumference to see if this is the right size for you, because maybe you will have to do 2 more. Maybe 6 is not enough and you want it wider. Remember, it has to be even number. Here I have the circumference for mine. You can put it like this, or you can do it like this. It's up to you how you want to do this part in here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do a next round here in the top, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place 1 in here between these 4, and you'll have 1 extra here. When you go to the next one, you do this one right on top. When you do this one, you put it in 1, leaving 1 in here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you have another one here. And then you will attach these 2 here. I'm just explaining it first, and then now I will show you how you're gonna do that. I placed a white piece of paper here, that way you guys can see exactly what I did. I already attached the first one because it's exactly the same as the other ones, and as I explained. So these 2 here are together, and this one you're gonna skip 1 loop, and then you go to the next one, you attach 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you'll have in between these 2, they are together, 1 extra loop. Okay, so now for this one, you see these 2 are together here in this one, you're gonna skip the loop, the next loop, and you go to this one, and you're gonna do your 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just skipping that one, go to the next one, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and single crochet in this place. And now again you're gonna continue. You did 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you see you will have that extra in here, and then you will, once you finish the 4th, you will do 1, and then in the next one you will attach in here. But do those 3, and when it's time to work in this one and to attach to this one, I will show you, because you're gonna have an open space in here like that. I finished with number 4, and here I'm gonna chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm gonna come to the next space, and I'm gonna do a single crochet. Now you're gonna chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna come to this one, you're gonna skip this space, and you're gonna go to this one, and then you're gonna attach them together. And then you're gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and single crochet in this one. So you're gonna continue with the 4 that you had to attach. I did 1, I had 3 more to do, and you're gonna end up with a space like this. You're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 chain A space in between there. So you're gonna continue working with this one. You're gonna finish, and then you're gonna continue with the next one and the next one. Then in the last one, you'll have to attach them in 3 spaces. For example, you'll have 1 in here. So if this one is the last one, you'll have to attach to 1, 2, and 3. So when I get to that point, when I have to do the last one, I will show you how you're going to do it. And then after, we're going to create a motif for these open spaces. So I will meet you at the end of this round. I'm going to show you how you're going to close the circumference once you have 5 in this row done. I don't have 5 yet, but what happened was I was working like this. I selected this color because it was the perfect color in this side, but then when I turned this around, I realized that this one was going to be on top of that one, and they're very close together. And then I decided to put it on this side, and then I chose this one for the center, almost very close to this one, but this is a little more in the blues and a little bit darker. So once you have your 5 done, that you're gonna place the last one, you'll have you work like this. What you're gonna do, I already did 1 space of 8 chains. I chain 4, and then you're gonna start on this side, and then you're gonna skip this one. You're gonna count from the bottom up, and then you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then number 4 you're gonna attach this one. Once you do your 4 stitches here, you're gonna do a chain 8 space, and then you're gonna chain 4, and then you're gonna skip this one, and then you're gonna attach to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then when you do the single crochet and this one, you're gonna chain 8, chain 4, chain 8, single crochet, chain 4, and then you're gonna skip this one, and then you're gonna start 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then once you finish in here, you're gonna finish the rest of this motif. But I'm gonna show you, once you attach the 4 of these, I'm gonna show you how you're gonna work that chain space and then attach to this one. And then you're gonna end up with 2 empty space on each side. Once you have your 4 stitches done, 1, 2, 3, and 4, that you do the single crochet and the one you're working, you're gonna do a chain of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're gonna come to this one and you're gonna do a single crochet. You're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to skip this chain A space. You're going to come to this one and you're going to attach these 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. And now you're going to continue. You did 1, you have 3 more to go. And once you do 1, 2, and 3, you see you will have 1 space of 8 in this one without working, and then you will finish here with a single crochet, chain 8, single crochet, chain 4, and then you will skip this one and you come to this one to do the 4 stitches, and you're going to end up with 2 spaces like this, 1 on each side. Then you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces of chain 8 on each. Now before I continue working in the back, before I close this, that way you can see much better what I'm doing, I'm going to show you what you're going to do here, but I'm going to do it in a different color, just to show you what you're going to do, because for mine going to be black, and with the black I know you don't want to see this part. The chain part is easy to see, but this, it will be a little bit more fiddly to do with black, and for you guys to see what I'm doing. And look how nice the flower look. You do the flower as you attach them in here and look like a square inside those circles. It look really, really nice. It's super easy to do, but I remember I'm going to show you with another color, but mine will be black. I will remove them once I'm finished and then do them black. I'm going to work with this little bit of white to show you what I'm going to do. That way you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. But first I want to explain you where you're going to do the stitches. This time you're going to work inside the chain space. You're going to pass your hook. This is the chain A space in the center. Around the center you're going to pass your hook to do the stitch. That way these don't move from the flower. Stay in that place. They're not going to move from there. Like these stitches that we pass the hook and you see they move. Well, this one they don't. You have to do them inside. I wanted to explain you that. So in the chain A space you will pass it through the chain. Now here where you do these two together, what you did to this, where you did these two together, sorry, you see they move. So what you're gonna do, you see this one is in the top, you're gonna open them up like this, and you're gonna pass your hook through those two like this. You see, like this. And the chain A space in the center of the chain, and this one, you see, this one's in the top, the other one in the bottom, between those two, like so. You're gonna pass, okay. And this one, the A chain space inside the chain, this one in between. You see, you have to open them up a little bit and pass the hook through there to grab the stitch. That way they are nice and trapped and they don't move. So in total will be 8 petals for the flower, so you have 8 spaces there. I'm gonna count. I'm gonna start from this chain A space. That's 1. In between these 2 stitches that you're gonna do this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and between these 2 is number 8. I just wanted to explain that before I start. I hope you guys can see what I'm showing you. So you're gonna start with a slip knot, and you're gonna chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You're gonna come here between these 2 stitches. You can start any place you like. You're gonna start here. You see how these one are crossed in between each other like that? You're gonna pass between those 2. You're gonna pass that loop. You're gonna chain 1. And the chain number 7 is behind the stitch. So you're gonna do a yarn over, and you're gonna go to the one that was number 6, and you're gonna do a half double crochet. Now you're gonna do 3 double crochet in the next 3 chain space. 1, 2, and 3, and you have 2 chain left, and the next one a half double crochet, and then the last one is single crochet. And that's exactly what you're going to do on each space. Again, you're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You go to the next space, that's the chain A space. You go in the center. You're going to pass the loop. You're going to chain 1. You're going to do a yarn over, and you're going to do those 6 stitches. I will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The half double crochet is 1, and the next 3 double crochet. So So that is 2, 3, and 4. Number 5 is a half double crochet, and number 6 is a single crochet. And that's what you're going to do in all your spaces. Again, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you see how these move, this stitch, because it's the one that is attached in between those two. So you're going to pass in between those two. You see? I hope you guys can see. You see? These two. This one in the bottom is from this motif, and this one in the top is the one from that motif. So you go in between those two. And you're going to pass that loop. And remember, the number 7 always stay behind there. So you're going to do edge and over. And you're going to do a half double crochet, 3 double crochet, 2, 3, and 4 stitches. Remember, number 1 was the half double crochet, and the next 3 are double crochet. Number 5 is a half double crochet. And the last one, number 6, in the last chain space, is a single crochet. Again, you're going to chain 7, and you're going to continue working this all the way around. The next one is in the chain A space, after in between those two, chain A space between those two, and the last one in the chain A space. Once you finish, you're going to do a slip stitch and the first single crochet, chain 1, cut the yarn, leave it there long enough to pass through the little circle. That way you make that circle a little bit smaller for the center of the flower, and then you end up with a flower like that. So I'm going to continue working with this white just to show you how you're going to do this all the way until the end. I will show you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and you have to move your work around. And you're gonna go to the center at the chain 8 space, and you're gonna pass that loop, chain 1, yarn over, a half double crochet is number 1, and 3 double crochet, and the next 3 chain space, that's 2, 3, 4. Now in the next, number 5 is a half double crochet, and in the last chain space is a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You have to move this around in order to find the next space, and the next space is in between those 2 stitches. You see, I come over this one in between those 2 and that space there, and I'm gonna pass the loop, chain 1, and again you're gonna do those 6 stitches, and you're gonna finish with a slip stitch, and you're gonna end up with 8 of these petals. You see, once you finish, it will look like this. You see how big this is? So you're gonna cut a strand long enough, and with the tapestry needle, you're gonna weave it around, and you're gonna pull a little bit and make a little bit smaller to look like this one. You see? It'll look much better like that. So once you finish, you will lose the tail. And I recommend, as you work your piece, when you finish doing this round of motif, to fill it up these gaps with these flowers. That way, when you finish at the end to do this part, you already have this solid piece done, and then you can move on to the next stage. I really recommend that, and lose the tail as you go. It will be much easier, because at the end, when you finish doing the last flower, you will have your piece done. You don't have to be losing tail and so on. So I'm gonna continue working on this, and this look round, but once you work like that, it will look more square when you put this a little bit more small in here. Okay, so I'm gonna continue working. I will do this part, finish with these motifs in the center, and then I will meet you here. I finished this part. I placed the sheet of paper there, that way you guys can see exactly what it looked like in this part. When you finish, it looks amazing. I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna work with a piece like this. I was planning to do half a motif for one side, half for the other side, but since I only have 6, no 8, I have to do it this way in order for this to work. At least I hope. I'm gonna work in one of the side first to see what I'm gonna do in that side, and then I will show you in the other one. For the length, I only done these 2 rounds for now. I'm gonna work on the top of the piece, and then the length I will work after I'm done. That way I know if I want it longer, if I want it shorter. It's better this way, working in the top of the piece. So I want to work on one side, and then when I finish, I will show you in the other one. But I absolutely love it. Something that I forgot to mention at the beginning, if you like to do this like an open cardigan, you can do it. You see, and instead to close the circumference, you can do it like this. 2 for one side, 4 for the back, 2 for the other front, and you will leave it open in the front, in the middle, close it in the back, and then, for example, you will close it here in these 2, and then leave it open for the sleeve. Do the sleeve, and you'll have a beautiful, beautiful cardigan. Also, you can do a shawl with these, doing them as a point like this, placing like this, and then creating that V shape. But for mine, gonna be a blouse like this, you know, like in here, and then for the sleeve, and then the open for the neck. It will look really nice. I already worked on these 2, creating the arm opening. And as you look at my work here, I still have the tail from this one and the one in the back. I like to do that, leave the tail just in case I have to do any changes and I have to remove these 2. It's much easier by undoing the work than cutting it and losing all that yarn. So that is there ready to change if I have to. And then now I'm ready to work with this one in this side. So what I did for this one, I work in this one in the front. I worked the first round, work in the second round, and then I came here and attached in the 4 of these, leaving 1 in this side and the 1 in this side without working. I worked my 4 and I finished the entire motif. I flip it to the back. I start working in this one. I did the first round, working in the second one. I start attaching in this one, leaving from here, from the last one that was attached in here. I left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and in number 7 I start attaching 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I continue and left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in number 7 I work in this one in the front, leaving 1 in here and 1 in here without working. Exactly the same as you attach this one sideways, you attach this one like so. So in each side I have 6 empty 8 chain loops. So that's what I'm going to do in the other side. This one is almost done, the second round. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to skip this one, and then I'm going to come to this one. I'm going to work 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I will finish this one. And then I flip my work and work exactly the same as I explained you for this side, and the one in the back, and then you're going to leave the opening like this for the front. I put this white sheet that way you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. So I have this one ready to go. So you see this one is attached to the one in the back, and then you're gonna skip this one. You always have to leave one chain A space, and then you go to this one, and then you come to that one. I already chain 4. I'll come here and I'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Attach this one. I have 3 more to go, and I will work on those 3. So that will be 1, 2, and 3. And you see, you'll have this one with no stitch, and then this one is attached to this one. You always have to have one in on each side of chain 8 empty. Those are the ones that we did this flower motif. So once you attach, so that will be this is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then number 7 here. Sorry, off camera. Number 7. So that will be, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then when you work in number 7, you go to the one that you already have in the back. That's why I put the sheet, that way you guys can see a little bit better. You'll count in the one in the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then number 7, you're gonna attach these 2, and then you attach in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then in here you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 empty loops, 6 in the front and 6 in the one in the back. And that's what I'm gonna do now for this side and here, and then you'll have the opening for the front and back. It's a little bit big, but we'll work in this here. I decided that for the back I'm gonna do another motif to bring it higher up, because I don't want this to fall off my shoulder. I know if I do one of those black flower here, like this one, and here, and another one here, it will stay there in place, but I don't want it to be as low as the front. I want it to be a little bit higher. I done this in another blouses that I bring the motif right to the top, and that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna do one, and then I will show you what I did. I already did one of the flowers in the front, and here let me put this. This time I did this one with 8 petals as I did this one, but remember we are missing one motif here, and to create this one of 8 petals, that way this is a little bit close in the front, or a little bit more higher up. What I did here, I started the flower not at the beginning because I don't want the seam. I started in this space where I put these two motifs together. I did a petal, and then in the chain 8 I did one, and between these two motifs I did another one, and then in the chain A space, and then what I did was I did another one in the next chain A space from the front, and then I went to this one. I did one in one chain space and another one in the other chain A space from this one. And that's why this is supposed to be 6 petals, and I did 8, and it look really nice like that. So I had to do the same in the other one. So for the back, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one of these motifs attached to this one, attached to the one in the center, and to this one, and then I will do the 2 black flowers in the open space, and then I will measure here. Here I did 1 and 2 of the second round of this one, and then the third stitch I start attaching it to the first one of these, and then I will work the fourth, leaving this one, and then I will skip this one and come to the 4, leaving one without working, and then working this one, and then I will finish the rest of this one in the top. Remember, you have to do the empty A chain space before you attach these two together. I did that in this. I'm gonna finish, and then I will measure here on once I'm done these spaces. I finished this part of the back, the motif, and I did a 5 petal flower in here to make this even, because otherwise this will be like this, loose in the center. So it's exactly the same as the other flower that I show you, the black one. The only thing is in 5 places. I didn't start from the first petal, I start from the second one, that way I don't get a seam in the middle here, at the border, and that's what I did for mine. So in this side, you will do it from this connection of these two motifs, this chain A space, the connection of these two motifs are 3, this A space is 4, and the next A space is 5, leaving at the center motif 2 empty space on the border. But it's very easy to do. You skip doing it from this space where you have the two motifs together. You go to the chain A space, you start there, and then you finish in this one, and then you sew the seam in the inside. But they are done exactly the same. I'm gonna do this one with the black because I already showed you with the white how to do the flowers. You know exactly what to do. So I'm gonna start in this one, and then I will finish in this stitch here. and look a little bit like this, but with this strand here you're gonna close again a little bit the center like this one, and then you done this part, and then we're gonna work and then one in the front. Once you finish, it will look like this. You done the back of your piece. Now I'm gonna do the one that I have left in the front, and then we have to work on the sleeve, and we are done. So I have this one to do in the front like this one, and this one is 8 petals. So what I did for this one, I left we're gonna leave 2 without working in the center like the back, and then we're gonna work in these 2 space and this space where you have the 2 together, the 2 motifs, and this space the 8 and the space of the 2 motifs together, and these 2 space of 8. In total gonna be an 8 petal flower again, because if we don't grab these 2, we're gonna have 5 petals only, and these make the, or 6 petal only. This make the flower much nicer, and it will give a better finish to the front of your blouse. I'm gonna do a few stitches with the white again to show you, because I only show you in one flower what to do, and that way you get familiar again, and then I will remove that and do it with the black. So I'm gonna show you. You're gonna start with a chain of 7 and try to make the first chain not too loose. That way at the end when you do the slip stitch, it don't get pulled out too much. So you're gonna chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you have to skip 1 and go to the next one. But what I'm gonna do, in order for me to show you here in the front, I'm gonna turn my work and I'm gonna start from the other side. There it is. You can start any way you like. You can start like this, like I'm showing you right now. So we have to work on these 2. You see, and these 2. But I don't want to start in this one. I'm gonna start the one before the last one. I'm gonna pass my hook. That way I don't get a seam there. And I'm gonna pass in here, and I'm gonna chain 1. I'm gonna do a yarn over. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to count, and you're gonna do a half double crochet. That's 1. And now you're gonna do in the next 3 chains 3 double crochet. That's 2. Three and 4 stitches. So that was a half double crochet and 3 double crochet. That are 4. And the next one a half double crochet. That's 5. And then the last one a single crochet, and that's 6 stitches. You're gonna chain 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You go to the next chain a space in the center, and you're gonna pass through that. You're gonna chain 1, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 half, a double, that's 2, another double is 3, and another double crochet is 4. A half double crochet is 5, and a single crochet is 6 stitches. Again, you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we're gonna go to the other side. You have to move your work around in order to do this. So I'm going to work in the one in the center. So this one is the first one that you're doing. You don't have this one. You count from these two motifs together. You count 1 and 2, and that one in the center. You're gonna pass that loop. You're gonna chain 1 again, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like to cut because with the black it was really difficult sometimes to figure which one was the number 6 or number 1 in this case. And 4. Number 5. It's a half double crochet. And number 6 is a single. Again, you chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you go to the next chain, a space, one of the center chain, and you pass that through. And then you start doing the flower like this, and that will be the one like this. So you will continue, finish that one, and then you're done. And remember, at the end you're gonna do the slip stitch in the first chain. That's why I said don't make it too big, that way this is don't pull that stitch. You slip stitch, close a little bit the circumference, and you're done. I did the entire flower in white, that way you guys can see what it look like. And with the tail that you will have here, you will close a little bit this more, that way it will be like this, more round, and you're done this part. I'm gonna do mine with the black and then I'll continue. You might think this girl don't know how to count. I'm sorry. I thought that this flower was an 8-petal flower. I didn't count them really. I thought the bunch, and then I thought, well, there are 8. There are 7. Sorry about that. Because it's missing the one that will go, you know, around here. Oh my goodness. I'm losing my mind. So it's a 7-petal flower. And here, and a 5-petal flower on the back. Honestly, now was when I realized that it's a 7-petal flower. Because I was looking at how many I have left to do. I said 1, and then I said, no, but I'm missing 1. Where are the other space? Where the number 8 go? And then when I came here and I counted, there were 7 all this time. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. Once you finish the neckline, it will look like this. Look how gorgeous that look. And in the back, like this. It make a big difference doing this one in the center at the back, creating a higher neckline, and like this in the front. Now I'm gonna work on the sleeves. I have one of the sleeves done. It took me a while to figure it out, but finally I did it. With the amount of stitches that I had under the arm, it was a little bit difficult to figure it out, but I did. So I end up with a motif for under the arm, and then in the top you'll have the little black flowers there. That's the only way I could have done this. And I did 2 rows of motif. If you want it longer, you can do another one, but for my taste, with 2 is enough. You can do 1 if you would like, or you can do short sleeve, like none, like leave it like this. That depends on your taste and how you want to do this. And here, if it's too open, you can do a chain, and then bring it to the center, and then a chain and bring it to here. Or you can do a 5-petal flower or a 3-petal flower and under the arm and close this a little bit. But I don't want to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do the sleeve because mine is with the sleeve. I'm working in the first round, and this time I'm doing 7 chain for these motifs, exactly the same as this, but only in this one, and the next one will be 8 the same, but for this one 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm gonna slip stitch in the first single crochet, and then I'm gonna slip stitch to the center, and we're gonna do the connection exactly the same. It's done exactly the same, except that it's a little bit in different places for this one. So I'm gonna chain 8 now. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet. Now I'm going to show you where you're going to attach your motif. This is the opening for the sleeve. So you will have, this one is for the front, this one is for the back of the shoulder. So this one is the one that are together under the arm, and you'll end up with the opening like this. So I put a white piece of paper, that way you guys can see what I'm going to work. So in between these two, where you attach them together, you're going to do 1 stitch. The next one will be in the space of this A chain. The next one in between those two, where you put them together. The other one in the chain A space, and the last one in that 2 motifs together. You're going to work in those 5 space with this one. So what you're going to do is exactly the same as you did with the other ones, but only 5 space. You're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to go here in between those two, exactly the same as I showed you before. And you're going to pass your hook, you're going to pass your yarn through, and you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to come to this one, single crochet. It's exactly the same. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Go in the chain A space, and you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. in between these two, exactly the same as I show you. You're gonna pass your yarn through, and you're gonna 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet. And now you have to do the same in this one, and chain a space and the two together here, and then you'll continue working on this one. You'll finish this one, and then you end up with that open like that and this, and then we have to work in one between this one and that one, and the other one between this one and that one, and putting them together, closing the circumference of the sleeve. Once you finish, it will look like this, and I had to loosen these tails, and this is the opening for the arm, and we attaching these 5. So now what you're gonna do is, in the next motif, you're gonna work in the first round, and then we're gonna attach them here. You're gonna do exactly the same as we've done so far. You see, just pretend that one is flat like this, and you're gonna attach them here. Always count from the together, where the pieces are together, the union, out. For example, leave a space without working, or chain 8, and then you count 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you start here attaching these 4, do a chain of 8, and then do a chain of 4, and then skip this one and work 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you finish the rest of this motif, and then you start working in the next one, and the one in the back. You will attach like this, and we have, for example, this one in the top. So for this one, you have to attach to the 4 in this one in the back, to the 4 of this one on the top, and the 4 of this one on the other side, you see, and 3 part. But I will show you all that. So do the first round of this one, do a couple more, and then I will show you how you're gonna work this up. And ready to work on these ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and again I put my sheet of paper that way you guys can see better. So you're gonna skip that one, and then you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and the number 4. You're gonna come here and start working. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you have to make sure that you don't miss any stitch, or you don't want too many, because and then you will end up short or with too many at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. One, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. You see, you have the last one with the 8 chain in here. So now you're going to chain 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet. Now we're going to work between this one and that one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to skip here, and then you go to the next one, and you're going to work 1, 2, 3, and 4. You want to work on this 4 of this one, and you end up with a space like this, and you're gonna finish this one. We're gonna work on the next one in the first round, and then I will meet you here when it's time to put them together to create the circumference of the sleeve. Now I'm ready to work in this one. This is the one under the arm, and this one is the one for the back, and then we have to put the last one to close the circumference. So we have to attach to this one in the back, and skip the chain A space, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna attach in this 4, and then you change your 4 again, your A again, and then you come to this one, and you can count from this. You skip that one, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and start in here, work on this 4. Now for this one, remember we attach M5. So what we're gonna do, in order to have the same amount of a stitch for the front, you're gonna work in the chain A space here, and this one you don't want to skip it. You're gonna work 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those 4, and then you will finish here, and you and the border end gonna end up with the right amount of stitches. That's the only way that we can tweak that in order to work the sleeve. So to work in here, I don't can put the piece of paper because we are working in a small space. So the best way to do it is you're gonna come here. This one is the one for the front. This is the opening for the head. And in here, this is the one for the back. You're gonna fold it here in order to work much better. That way it's on the right side as well. And in here you're gonna count, skip that one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're gonna start in this one, and you're gonna come here. That's your hook. Oh, just a sec. This has to be in the outside, and you're gonna work in here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to the next loop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet. You have 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and go to the number 4. 3 and 4, and single crochet. You see you have the extra 8, chain 8 in that one, so you're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're going to work in this one, the one that is attached to the body of the piece. So you're going to count from here. You're going to skip that one. 1, 2, 3, and in number 4. It's exactly the same as you done for the body. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come to this one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. To the next one. So you're going to continue, finish these 4 and here, and then you're going to end up with one in the front, and then you're going to work in these 2, and I will meet you here to attach these 2 to close the circumference and have the opening for the sleeve, for the arm. I finished, I lost the tails, and now I'm going to work in the next round, and the next round will be exactly the same. The only thing that this space will be perfect. I'm going to attach this one in the top, this one in the bottom, and the other one like that one, like this. Exactly the same. I'm going to do that first, and then after I will fill it up those empty space with a little flower. So for example, all the flowers in this one don't gonna be exactly the same because we had to do that little bit of a tweak in order to add this one in the bottom in order to work, because let me tell you, I spent a couple of days trying to figure out the sleeve. I cannot, and then finally I did it, and then now for you guys it's very easy to do. So for this one gonna be a 5-petal flower. For example, I'm gonna put, if these two are together in this one, that will be 1 petal, and this one will be 2, and this one between those two is 3, 4, and 5, and then you will do the flower of 5 petal in this one. That's in the space where you don't left that chain 5 space, 8 space. So, and this one in the top, you will have the 8 flower petal because these 4 are attached exactly perfect. So let me count. You see you have this chain 8 space. That's 1, between those two is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. For the one on top of the shoulder will be the 8. But the one in the back, this one will be a 6-petal flower. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's in the only spaces that you will have to do that like that in order for the sleeve to work. Because the ones that you're gonna do now, you will have your 8 petal flower in this next round. So we're gonna attach this one in these 4, leaving 1 space or chain A space on each side, and then you come to the next one on the arm. We'll do the same, attach to the 4 of this one and the 4 of this one, and then the next one you'll attach to close the circumference in the back. That's what I'm gonna do now. And fold in half the paper in order to put it here, that way you guys can see what I'm doing. I attached this one in 4 spaces, this one in 4. Now I did the chain 8 space, I chain 4, and this one is where you don't gonna skip with chain a space because that extra that we did under the arm in order to tweak it around. So and here you're gonna go to the center, that way don't move. This one, if I can get it through. I like it to pass it through 2 strands, that's why. And I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This one is just a regular pass under. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4. One, 2, 3, and 4. I have 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And to the last one. 1, 2, 3, and 4 single crochet. Now you're going to continue at doing 8 single crochet until you finish in the last one where you started with the slip stitch, and you're going to have this one 1, 2, 3, and 4 spaces, and the little opening here, it will be like that. A little bit different, but you take it around in order for things to work at the end. So now I'm going to finish here and then start the second row or round. This one's the one that go under the arm, so I'm gonna start attaching in these 4. Skipping that one there. The same, I do the space of 8 chains. Skip that one. Do these 4 in here, and then I will finish this one, and then just the last one. Once you finish that part, it will look like this. Now you have to fill it up these with the flowers. These ones here and the top of the sleeve, they are 8 and 8 petal. This one and the one on the bottom 8 petal. This one is 5 and the other one is 6. I don't want to show you how to do the flowers because I already show you how to do them with a white jar. It's done exactly the same for this part as well. I'm gonna finish this and I will show you the end result. Well, this is the end result and I absolutely love this blouse. It looks amazing. The color combination is incredible. I love it. I only gave 2 rounds of motif for the length, and that's the length of the blouse. If you want it longer, you can do another one, or if you want it like a dress, you can do 2 to 3 more and it will be much longer. It's absolutely gorgeous. The size of this blouse is a size large, almost extra large. I pin it in the back because it's too big for the mannequin. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if you want this smaller, you have to do all the motifs like the smaller ones that I show you for the sleeve. That way it will fit perfect. It's absolutely gorgeous and I hope you guys like it, and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make anything with these beautiful motifs, or you make a dress, a blouse, anything, and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Ruby Neck Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.